On August 12, 1920, Bolshevik forces of the Soviet Red Army were preparing to attack Warsaw in what appeared to be the closing stages of the 1920 Polish-Soviet War. Polish forces had been driven back by Russian attacks in Ukraine and Belarus, and by August, with the Polish army in disarray and massive Russian armies bearing down on the capital of Warsaw, international observers were predicting that the total defeat of Poland was imminent. The Poles were fighting for their very existence, but the Bolsheviks saw the offensive as their singular opportunity. Their propaganda argued that the shortest route to Berlin and Paris was through Warsaw, and Lenin believed that defeating Poland would spark a worldwide revolution. With 24 army divisions at his command, and believing the Polish army to be on the brink of collapse, the Russian commander, Mikhail Tukhachevsky, planned to encircle Warsaw and attack from the northwest. With their retreat becoming more organized as the supply line shortened, the Polish army, under Polish President Józef Piłsudski, formulated a risky plan to regroup for defense, while creating a reserve for a counterattack that hoped to exploit a weak spot that Polish intelligence suspected existed between the Russian western and southwestern fronts. As this would have had their armies regrouping close to the front, if they mistimed the Russian attack, their front could collapse in chaos. Russian success on the first day of the battle compelled most foreign diplomats to leave Warsaw, expecting Polish defeat. But on the second day, Polish forces to the north, supported by Poland's few armored cars and tanks, were able to push back Russian forces and disrupt their attack. And the counterattack in the south succeeded beyond all expectations, finding the suspected weak spot between Russian forces and exploiting it, cutting off whole army groups. With communications disrupted, the Russian forces lost cohesion and eventually collapsed into a rout. On the verge of what they thought was victory, they collapsed. Tens of thousands were captured. Thousands of others escaped into East Prussia, where they were interned by the Germans. Some 125,000 Russian troops were killed, wounded, or captured. Polish losses were less than a third of that.